Okay, today's video is going to talk about something called collection ads on Facebook. We're going to talk about how to actually use those collection ads if they're going to make money. Of course, they answer the question, are they better than regular image or video ads, which I cover that in detail as well. The long answer is sometimes they're certainly better than video and image ads, sometimes they're not. For most of the time though, you're better off with the regular video and image ads than using the collections ads in your to spend your Facebook ad budget itself. And I'm going to tell you why specifically, why you would normally want to just use the image or video ads, why they don't work for most people in most situations, okay? But they do work in some situations, which I'm going to explain what those are. I also have case studies here where we've actually ran testing with these collections ads and talk about the results we've seen in a couple different markets, where they actually worked out, where they didn't. Most of the time they didn't work out, some of the time they did. Of course, there's different situations where they'll work or not work that wouldn't be covered by our case studies, but this gives you a general idea of whether or not they work or not, and whether or not you want to spend money testing them out, in other words. So with that said, I'll get into the content. So I've run some experiments, like I said, with collection ads just to see if they would work. Obviously, you have video ads, image ads that you can run. You have carousel ads, and then you have these collection ads. And specifically within the collection ads, obviously there's multiple types of collection ads that you can run. The only one that really made sense to me were the storefront ads, where you could actually, YouTube has something similar to this, where on YouTube you could run a YouTube ad, and then underneath the video there's products. And I love those ads. I've made a video specifically about that specific ad format, if you want to call it that. It's really just an option that you can include on your YouTube video ads. In that case with the YouTube ads, it generally adds value because they're not really in your face until you need them, if you will. Long story short though, with the storefront ads, they actually, you could see them there with the video, and so it's a different kind of ball of wax. But anyway, out of the other collection ads types, the storefront ads are for people who sell products, and that's where it made the most sense if it's going to work. The other ones, I haven't tested them out because literally I could just not find a scenario where that would be better than a regular image or video ad that's dedicated to just one of those two, or a carousel ad. So anyway, with the storefront ads, I'll tell you the experience we had with the storefront ads, the storefront collection ads, in which these ads, like I mentioned, give you the option to advertise products in a video, basically, and then have underneath that video individual products for sale. So you could be selling a sweatshirt, you could have a sweatshirt brand, and then underneath, and that be advertising that brand in the video, and then underneath you could have different SKUs or different individual sweatshirts that you sell underneath it available. And this all comes in a pop-up, if you will, or if you want to call it a pop-up. So you tap on the ad, and then you get what I call an instant experience on mobile, for mobile traffic. That's supposed to load fast for mobile devices. You can run that on Facebook mobile, for Facebook to mobile traffic, and on Instagram. So with that said, your typical ad, just to lay it out here in detail, your collection storefront ad, like I said, there's a video component, and then underneath it there's going to be individual products that you can list. You obviously have to upload your product list to Facebook to make this work. That's one requirement. And then you have to upload your video, of course. Your video being on the top part of this collections ad. Users are going to see the video and part of the products they're showing. They tap on it, and then they get something that basically takes up the whole screen. Video there, it is still there up top, and then the products are down below. And like I said, this is for mobile devices. For Facebook's attempt to get to have something available that doesn't have to necessarily take you to your website, so that it can load right away for the user on mobile devices, so that mobile users get a better experience. All right, so anyway, that's what the collection ads are, just to get that out of the way in case you didn't know completely what they were yet. If you do know what they are, here's the part that's important, which is the results that we got when we tested this out, so you could save yourself some money and time before testing it out for yourself, or maybe avoiding them completely. Anything's possible, so you may test, but this will give you a general, to lay it all out, basically the stuff that you should test first, if you're particularly if you're doing an e-commerce business. So anyway, with that said, we had a printing shop that basically sold booklets and flyers and stuff like that, stuff like you would normally get printed at a print shop, online print shop. And print shops aren't just like, like the olden days where you like would send your files and they would send them back. Like there's full e-commerce stores where you can like go get something, you can upload your files, drag and drop your images, build your little thing, and then pay, and then 2 weeks later all your stuff shows up at your doorstep the way that you designed it on the print shop's website. That's a majority of what the market is today. So, but that's what we had, our client had for a business. Now, and I've talked about this in other videos, how it's actually, we all the time run funnels on Facebook. We don't just run one Facebook ad, try to sell on one Facebook ad, because generally speaking, that's really hard to do. People don't buy instantaneously unless it's something really, really good. If you see an ad for a sweatshirt, you see it, it looks nice, you're interested in it, but you're not going to act right then. It takes seeing the ad multiple times in order to really get that person to be wanting, and the time's right to actually buy it. And so, if you're going to run one ad and say, Facebook doesn't work, you're actually just fooling yourself. It generally takes more than that to make it work. You got to be able to generally break it up into 2 or even 3, 4, 5 steps to where you're building an audience on Facebook, educating them, informing them, and then you're going for the kill. You're asking for the sale later on in future ads in order to get a Facebook ad, to get Facebook ads in general to work for your company. And that's what we did for this print shop, okay? For the print shop, we had video ads specifically that showed examples of these printing, different types of items that you could get printed, like a specific booklet that we were printing, and an example of that specific booklet that was made for a specific type of event. So like you get booklets printed for your event type of thing, and the video would just show different booklets that were printed for that event, and then we targeted people that go and are frequent goers, or people that would go to an event like that, essentially, so that they would order the booklets and get it printed for their event that's in their local area where they're at, if that makes sense, which is a very clever way to go out doing things. And that's the type of thing you should really be thinking about, by the way, as a quick side, to make money with Facebook ads. You want to try to narrow down, there's different use cases of buyers that you have. Don't just go after everybody that buys equally. Try to find individual buyers and then micro-target the audiences to those exact buyers. So, ballet dancers, they have their recitals, events, or whatever. We could target people that go to those, ballet dances with a booklet that, shows examples of ballet dancing recitals or whatever printed on the booklet. So somebody that normally just never would, they'd not even thought about getting booklets printed. Now we have somebody that we could sell to, and it's because it's so targeted, and nobody else is frankly doing it at that point, because you're smarter than the average buyer, it can actually work for you. So that's exactly basically what we were doing for this company. But we would run a video ad first. We'd build an audience with the video ad. We would show the video ad to the people that were, they have their kids in the ballet, whatever it is, ballet club, whatever they call that. And to build up the, just not the awareness of the product, but also the, just the general desire of the, product of that audience that we're going for. Not asking to buy at all. And this is where also people screw up. If your video ads ask people to buy, then a lot of times it won't work nearly as good if you just never asked them to buy. It genuinely looks like an ad, a video that was just, looking to, it was a cool video that was shared or being shared, and then you'll get more of a effect on the user that way than you asking for the sale right away. Not always, but a lot of times. So anyway, we'd run the video just showing the product to the people we wanted to buy. Then later on, we come along with the carousel ad that has more examples of, different recital event booklets that were printed, one printed for this event, one printed for this event, and then like in a carousel show the different examples and the different images they give you. And it worked, pretty good. And you could do that for other types of use cases, one for rodeo, one for all this other stuff. Anyway, worked really good. However, just trying this, instead of going with the video, we went with the collections ads for the storefront type of collections ad where we have the video, and then we just, obviously off to the side there we have where the, examples of different booklets there, and then, where they can go buy it. That in itself did 67% worse in terms of the ROI on this, taking the budget that we had for the video and for the carousel ads combined. When you disperse that, or you take that essentially and reallocate that to a collections ad, the ROI from the collections ad, as far as a one-step, instead of doing a video and then the carousel ad to get the sale later, we just did the collections ad, which has the video and the product, asked the user for a sale in the same ad. It did 67% worse ROI-wise. So that actually shows two things there. A two-step sale generally works better, but in general, basically, if you're doing video ads, you should probably stick with the video ads and not have the product showing, because you're going to build up more, demand, if you will, desire for that product or service, or just products, I guess, since we're talking about that, than you would having those products showing next to the video. Because ultimately, from my perspective, if a user's watching the video and they know that you're trying to sell to them the whole time, they're going to have their guard up, and it's not going to have the same effect on them as if you just showed them a video and let them decide if they want it or not. And at the very least, wait to the very end of the video and ask for the sale. The worst thing you could do is make it known that during the video that while you're watching the video, they want you to buy it. And so your video shouldn't just look like a commercial. It should just look like a demo video. And even better, as we've found a lot of times, if the demo video doesn't look like has a high production value, it just looks like some guy in a garage demonstrating the product, it gives you an even greater effect like that, in that people aren't going to have their guards up while they're watching it. They're going to, of course, you can see it's an ad. If you look at the, at who's sharing the post itself in the upper left-hand corner of the post, but most people aren't going to pay attention to that. They're just going to see the video and they're going to watch it, and they're not going to be paying too much attention. If it just looks like some guy sharing something in his garage, for the most part, they're just going to treat it like another piece of content that they're actually there on Facebook to consume, not to get forced to consume, if you will. And therefore, it'll have a greater effect on the user's decision-making process that you want. So anyway, no surprise there necessarily that video ad and then to a carousel ad and a two-step, just doing a one-step with a video ad and having the product showing next to it did, the video ad with two-step process worked much better than the the collections ad for a print shop. That said, moving forward here, for tool seller, where we were running a one-step sale, so we're not talking about a two-step sale, taking that kind of part out of the equation, if you will. We were running a one-step video ad, so we're still talking about video ads. And for the most part, these collection ads, if I wasn't trying to run a video ad, I wouldn't be thinking about the collections ad, since that's the main, at least for the storefront ads, that's the main feature here. That's the main functionality here. So if you're not running a two-step process of selling already, first of all, you should test that. But in the case that we had a tool seller, a branded tool seller that was doing video ads, when we switched to a collections ad itself, and still just, obviously how I had one-step sale there, so video ads to then just using the collections ad by itself, the collections ad also did much worse ROI-wise than the video ads for the tool seller. So it wasn't just because, the print shop had a two-step sale, we went to a one-step, and that's why it did worse. Because when we had a one-step sale with the tool seller, just doing video ads, it also did worse. So for the most part, that's why I said at the beginning of the video that these collection ads aren't very good. In general, I generally wouldn't be trying to use them. I would be trying to instead use a video ad, and potentially a video ad with other ads, down the road. For the most part, if you, just to lay it all out up front, if you are using video ads, you almost basically always want ads after. If it's not deliberately like you have this ad and this ad following as a part of a two-step series, you at the very least are going to want other remarketing ads that show your company's, that product's testimonials and its reviews to get the full value out of the initial ad that you have shown to that audience. It just is something that's true in all marketing and advertising that you do, that following up the user, you'll make more money doing that than just using your budget to show your ad to everybody only once. So it's called the power of sevens in marketing. You can look that up. That's been true for a long time, regardless of what you're advertising and where you're advertising it. But anyway, however, with the tool seller, where they were doing video ads doing very, very well, the collections ads still making money, but not near the ROI with the regular video ads had. From my perspective, going back to what I was saying before, the reason why the collections ads don't do as well is because the video ad, people have more skepticism as watching the video, because they know that those products are showing. It's clear that this video, the whole point is trying to sell me something or hard sell me something. Therefore, I trust what I'm seeing less. So you're going to do better with just a video then in that case. My guard is not going to be up. However, if we were, for the tool company, advertising, we did the video ads that we were doing before, and then as a part of a two-step sequence, we had the video ad show and then the collections ad show right after it to turn it from a one-step sales process into a two-step sales process. We saw our improvement finally using collections ad, or it's shown its usefulness, if you will, over a straight video-only funnel. So essentially what we were able to do is, from that budget that we had set aside for video ads, if we took a part of the budget and instead of just only having our audience see the video ad itself and that's it, if we had them see the video ad and then later on see the collections ad after, our overall ROI from the ad budget there, the same ad budget we had to work from before to run our video ads, it actually got a higher ROI than if we just only ran the one video ad itself. So, and how much more? 47% more total ROAS on the same budget, having the video ads and then the collections ads here showing, basically for everybody who saw the video ad, they would see the collections ad. So, and the reason why I basically think that we got a 47% higher ROAS or ROI having the collections ad show for people who saw the video ads in terms of distributing that budget. So some of the budget would be spent to make sure that people who saw the video ad saw the collections ad, was because once somebody saw the video ad and initially were interested in the product, later on when they saw the collections ad and they saw the products listed there, we didn't need them to have their guard down in order to get the initial message across to them. So at that point in time, the fact that the products are there and tempting the user to go look at the products actually helps you. Where the collections ads doesn't help you is to a totally cold audience. So if you're trying to use the collections ad as it's an ad by itself, it sucks. But as a follow-up ad and a follow-up sequence, particularly when you were doing video ads at the front end, collections ads as far as the second part of your little sequence actually can improve your ROI. So that's what we proved by that. So, in other words, video ad versus collections ad. The video ad kicks the collection ad's ass. Okay, the video ad versus video ad and then collections ad, as far as a two-step sales sequence. The video ad plus the collection ads after, for the user to see the collections ad after the video ad, the video ad collection ad combination kicks just the video ad's ass by itself. And so that was the takeaway from the tool company. So with that said, if you have a two-step sales sequence already, going to a one-step sales sequence to do a collections ad probably isn't going to work. If you have a one-step video sales sequence, going to a two-step sales sequence where you're doing a video ad and then a collections ad after it probably will improve your ROI. Okay? respectively there, if you're going to take this a bit further, we haven't got, further than in the testing than we have here. I'd like to report on more types of variants of this, a possible test that we could have did. But the next obvious thing here to test is where we have a funnel where we have a video ad and then a carousel ad, and instead of having the carousel ad show up after, we have the video ad and then a collections ad take the replacement of the carousel ad or the second step that we had before if we had a two-step sales process already, because the carousel ad has potential to beat the second step if it's just another video, or if it's just another image ad, or if it's just another, or it's just a carousel ad. That testing itself that we haven't got into. So anyway, it's a great second step or third step or whatever sequence tool to put in your overall Facebook sales funnel that you have set up and where you're trying to run Facebook ads to make money for your company. It's just not a good first initial step, as we've found, as compared to just having a video ad. And we haven't tested, image ad versus the carousel, or the collections ad, but I would think in that situation, the image ad, just based upon what we found already, is still also going to beat the collections ad, because it's not going to look like you're being so aggressive. People will not have the guards up so much if the image looks, personable, like something they would normally see on Facebook anyway. Which, to sum all this up, the holy grail of Facebook advertising is to make your ads not look like ads. The more you make your ads not look like ads, the better your click-through rate and your ROI is going to generally be. Keep that in mind. So when you have a collections ad, which looks very much like a salesy type of ad, that's not just something that gets shared normally on Facebook, you're not going to get good results with it. But once somebody's already bought in on your product or service or brand already, that's the time where the collections ad can actually help you. So, and I would go further here to say, if you're already a well-known brand, like Adidas, Nike, or whatever, those companies, if they ran the collections ads, they'd probably have a decent experience, even if it's the first ad in their sales sequence, because there's no skepticism left for that person. Either they like the Nike brand or they don't. And that would go along with, basically, it's basically like because they've already ran ads to them before, they've already got the awareness, so the collection ads can work now for them. They're not using that as the first point of contact with the user. And so the collections ads could be used for the second or third step in a sales funnel that you're creating on Facebook. It could also be used to market a new product line for a company to a list where you're targeting just your past customers already, and it could do well for you there as well. Since you've already had contact with this company, they already know and trust your brand already. Most of them anyway that got the product will hope. Then the collections ad can actually be better than just a video ad or just an image ad in that particular case, potentially. And that's where I would test it there. So hopefully that makes sense. And what have we found out about the collections ads? At least when it comes to the storefront ads, which is the only ads of the collections ads that made sense to me and our agency. I hope you liked this video. If you liked the video, I'd appreciate it for the algorithm to give it a thumbs up so other people can find it. And consider subscribing to the channel, as we have a lot of other videos on this channel, but other PPC money making strategies. Frankly, it's the best information you're going to find on YouTube anywhere that has as much actionable advice on how to make money physically with YouTube, Facebook, Google ads, and so forth anywhere. And if you find better information than this, let me know, because I want to watch it as well. Most information you find doesn't have practical advice on how to make money, and in which we have an agency here where we have dozens of clients at any given time. What we test here at our agency and find works as well as doesn't work, we package up in terms of information for you on this channel, and comes from somebody out there living and breathing and eating and doing it on a daily basis. So therefore, if you want to be good at running PPC ads, you should subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions about anything I covered today, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a comment on this channel, usually within a couple days' time. I also have a blog at guaranteedppc.com/blog, where if you want to have written tutorials and stuff on how to set up PPC campaigns, particularly ones that we have to use to guarantee our clients' results at our firm, and see how I personally do things in detail in setting up campaigns, which on this channel we go over at a high level on things. On that particular blog written by myself, I go into detail on things, very much so. So you can find some great supplementary information there to help your journey in making millions of dollars in PPC for your company. So the last thing I'll mention here is we have a brand new program at our PPC firm where we offer turnkey PPC campaigns. So where we get results in one market, we might get results in a foundation repair company / market. If you're trying to open up a similar company in another geographic market, you, instead of building all the campaigns and landing pages and everything for yourself to get good results, you could use our campaign templates and landing page templates to get the same results that we've spent years building up for another client in another market, for your market. And so instead of a PPC manager or management company, you could actually get just the templates that work and save. You don't have to even hire us or a company to do anything, and know the results going in and what you're going to get, because the campaign templates pretty much don't have to be changed at all once you start using them. So, and we have templates like that in dozens of markets. So if you're literally speaking wanted to start up a new business, that would pretty much be a turnkey business for you, considering we've had clients who come to us, take our templates, open up a store they know nothing about, outsource all the work to somebody in that market, take 10% of the revenue off top for their profit, and that's all they're doing. You could have a business ready to go out of the box just by having our campaigns, given that the value to your market is just having a campaign that's going to blow everybody out of the water you're competing against. And that's not an embellishment. On a local market, we're going to beat everybody else in that local market basically every time. So if you're interested in that type of thing, you can reach out to us. Maybe we have a template already for your market, which instead of having to learn all this stuff on this channel about how to make things work for yourself, you could just use what we use for another company and know what kind of results are possible with Google and get them and basically get turnkey results for your market. So anyway, reach out to us if you're interested in that type of thing. Beyond that, I'll wrap it up with that, and hope to see you in my next video where we have another good strategy for you there. See you there.